On this episode, I will have a closer look at super fancy lure fishing rod from Handing. As you can see, it has a carbon grip that is ergonomic as well. Then this grip is carbon too, as is a reel seat. And then guides are carbon too with ceramic insets. Very, very fancy, right? And all this deal comes in a heavy duty hard case. That is fantastic news, guys. I guess let's start with the butt section. So I just moved that tip section out of the shot. So let's talk about this bit. So that's a kind of softish plastic end cap. It's great. And then this grip is kind of ergonomic, if you will. So this area, I hope you can pick it up on camera, is kind of in line with the blank, meaning, you know, that elbow will be able to kind of accommodate the grip perfectly, and I have a few rods with this design and it definitely helps, and I like this approach a lot. So it helps when you are playing a big fish, you know, because just surface area is bigger, and I noticed that bite indication is slightly better too, you know, because this kind of is just better on your elbow. So yeah, then we got this split section with couple of aluminum little rings or trimmings. Looks slick. And the blank itself, here it has kind of double X pattern, if you will. Then this section of the handle, again, it has this indentation. I hope you can see it. So just to hold it, just very, very nice. Very, very comfy, you know, just fingers do fall in right places. Love it. Then the reel seat, it's carbon again. Surprise, surprise. Everything in most places on this rod is carbon. And oh, forgot to mention, there is this little aluminum, I believe, trimming again between the grip and the reel seat itself. Oh, and the length on this particular model from the end to the bottom of the reel seat will be about 28 centimeters, I would say. Then, as you can see, we got lots and lots of exposed blank. So exposed blank here, meaning, you know, that bite indication will be good, because, you know, when you are holding the rod, your fingers will be on the blank. This is great, and some exposed blank here as well. Then we got the screw. Reel seat is, I don't know, it says something Guido maybe, or something like that. But yeah, from what I can tell, this bit is carbon, and this is carbon, then this bit is aluminum. Very fancy shape too. Then let's move on. I will flip it around. So the model itself, it's blast, and it says lightweight sensitivity. Model I got is C6102M. Plenty of information here. Action fast, power medium, length 2 meters and 8 centimeters, lines from 8 to 14 pounds, lure from 7 to 21 in ounces as well. I will come back to the action and casting rating a little bit later, but now let's move on. The blanket itself is covered with a reflective or shiny varnish. Then we got a little bit of kind of not varnished section, you know, it's a nice contrast, and it says Handing here. Now let's continue, and here we come to the first guide, and the frame itself, as you can see, it's carbon. I hope you can pick it up. With a ceramic inset, and the guide kind of looks super sturdy. I mean, it's sturdier than, let's say, metal or titanium would be. Steel, definitely sturdy. I mean, it's not moving like at all. It's just like solid. And you will also notice that the frame, it's not exactly round. It has kind of 6 edges, if you will, or corners. And this design, I asked why this. They said, or Handing said, that this is purely design thing just to match, you know, the shape of the grip or end grip, because this is kind of hexagon, if you will. So it has 6 corners, and yeah, these guides, they are hexagon shape as well, or has 6 corners. Pretty fancy, right? And also you will notice that the finish on the wrappings, it's not only, you know, just thread. They used some kind of carbon overlay or something. I mean, I hope you can pick it up on camera. It just looks just like, I never seen actually this design, as I never seen design with a guide that do have corners. Anyway, let's move on. Here we got a joint. Simple deal here. I wish they would have included little, you know, lines that would go, you know, like in line with the guide, obviously, and would go like right, you know, along the connection point, just to make connecting the sections easier. Okay, that's the butt section. Let's move on to the tip. Simple deal here. Now we got first guide. Again, it had the same, you know, deal on 3 legs still, and yeah, carbon frame and ceramic insert. Then first guide on 1 leg, that is, and still it had this shape of a hexagon, if you will. Then let's move on. Same deal. Guides are going smaller, and even those smaller ones, I mean, if you would have like steel or titanium guide, they would be flexing. These ones are just like solid. I mean, they just like feel like one thing, you know, like blank, or the tip and the guide is just one thing. I mean, nothing is moving. That's impressive. Another guide, another guide, another guide, and another guide, and last guide. Last guide is Fuji type, black one, and I believe it's Alconite, so probably second best that Fuji has to offer. And yeah, it matches with other guides quite well, being black, you know, or very dark gray. And obviously that's a tubular tip. And last, our tip guide is, or has this anti-tangle frame, as you would expect. Finish is really, really lovely on the guides. I mean, even though, you know, carbon will be a little bit thicker than steel would be, but yeah, finish still is, you know, nice. You would not be able to tell, you know, that it's like, it has excessive, you know, amount of varnish or epoxy or threads, you know, or just material is thicker when it comes to the frame of the guide. So yeah, looks pretty slick. Okay, let's count the guides. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 guides in total. This is great news. And yeah, now let's take a weight of this rod, I guess, very, very quickly. I don't even know how heavy it is. We will learn these things together. Here we go. Okay, the butt section is 99 grams, almost 100 grams. So here we go, 111 grams. So yeah, you will find obviously lighter rods, but they won't have, you know, such a thick blank as this one does. I'm not too certain if you can pick it up, you know, but the thickness of the walls of the blank is quite good, quite thick. And now carbon used, you know, for this blank is quite fancy as well. So basically that's a Toray carbon. That is T1100 plus 30 ton plus 40 ton. So very, very fancy mix of carbons used for this blank. And yeah, it feels like it's a very high quality blank as well. So now let's talk about the action, right? So what do we got on the blank? It says fast. I would agree that it's fast, but it's not like a broomstick. Actually, when I try to bend it a little bit, I am able to bend it. So, it's a great news, meaning that on like medium, thickness of lines, you'll be able to land very big fish, because rod will be able to bend a little bit. Now, when it comes to recovery times, this is fantastic. Just like when I whip the rod, just like it kind of shakes for, I don't know how, a few milliseconds basically, and then it just back straight, like no movement whatsoever. I'm not too certain if it will be to do, most likely it will be to do, well, not most likely, but guaranteed it will be to do with the carbon itself used for the blank, and likely those guides might be light as well, but I'm not too certain actually. So if they are really lighter towards the tips or smaller ones than, let's say, metal ones, then it would make sense, that recovery times are better, but I'm not too certain. Don't quote me on that, because, I won't be able to take off the guides and, compare to the same kind of size of, I don't know, titanium or steel guides. But anyway, what I'm saying, the recovery times are really, really fantastic. Now, casting rating, it says from 7 to 21 grams. I wouldn't agree with that. I would say yes, you can easily cast 7 grams, but you can go like, I would say 28 grams for this particular model. So it has a reserve, And when it comes to applications of this rod, obviously bass fishing in the United States, sea bass fishing in the UK from boats, zander fishing, fantastic because of the sensitivity. Really, really, you will be enjoying, fishing and using this rod while targeting zander. Very big perch. I mean, those are a bit like more powerful rods, like medium action, even medium heavy, but there are some lighter options. But yeah, for big perch, you will love these rods as well. You can go after pike as well, but since the action is like on the fast side, or it's really fast, I wouldn't say it's extra fast, but it's definitely not a medium fast, so it's just a fast action blank. So obviously you'll be able, as I said, land pike no problem whatsoever. But yeah, depending on the situation, if you are jigging, like in the winter, it will work very well for pike, because it has great sensitivity. So yeah, everything is just really impressive about this rod. Weight, as I said, could be less, but when I am holding this rod in my hand, it does not feel heavy at all. Actually, it feels very well balanced. I can't tell you which reels to use. I mean, on a bait caster, I would say go like, on this particular model, go with a kind of a small reel as you can get away. And that weighs, I would say, around 200 grams or so. So like, think about Daiwa Tatula 80, yeah, it's a bit less, but more or less around there. And when it comes to the spinning, again, I don't have spinning version, but if I would have to guess for this particular model on a spinning version, you would need around 220 grams reel. So yeah, I guess that's it. And what else? Obviously check the link in the description below. And make sure you read comments from other anglers. And if you like, what you see and you want, like it's almost like a piece of art this rod is. And if you, want to fish with something like that, get it. I can't see you being disappointed at all. Everything is there. It's not only, it looks smart, but also, it's practical, like, bite sensitivity because, of this grip, and this is super comfortable as well. Blank is very high quality, or carbon used for the blank is very high quality. But yeah, read, as I say, reviews from other anglers, and if you decide to go for it, make sure you use those links in the description below. But that's it. Thanks for watching. Over and out.